that we want it handled, but sometimes we fear how he will handle it. We also